Blpa Big Show. Hockey, sports, life for the adult athlete. Powered by the Beer League Players Association. Follow us at the BLPA.
Everybody, just follow.
Keep connected with us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You dig that?
Follow
On every social media outlet. And make sure you follow the crew on Twitter. Nick at Nicker Jones. Jason at Beer League Jason. And Brooklyn at BLPA Brooklyn. Let's get it.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, we're back. All of us. Every single one of us. Jason's here.
Hey, yo.
Here. And we're back. We're back. I'm not quite back on my time zone. As Nick Dinosaur said today, I'm somewhere between Japanese time and Mountain Standard Time. My sleep's still fucked up, but you know what? It's fucking rad. But before we get onto that, Jason, why don't you tell all the folks where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us on all social media at the BLPA. You can find Nick at Nicker Jones on Twitter, the Nicker Jones on Instagram. I'm at Beer League Jason on Twitter. And Big Brooklyn over here is at BLPA Brooklyn on Twitter as well.
Okay. Before we get into anything, special announcement. Okay. Sad announcement and a happy announcement. We're going to go with the happy announcement first. Happy announcement. Today is June 6th. That's a day that you guys might not mean anything to you. It means something to me and should the BLPA, the First Lady of BLPA. It's her birthday today. Tanis is having her birthday. And listen, if you guys are on here and you guys like her, if you're friends with her on Facebook, or you can tag her in the group and just tell her happy birthday. Here's the deal. Whenever I go and do all these crazy things, I'm only able to do that because I have Tanis who will watch Cooper while I go out and do ridiculous things like spend 2 weeks in Japan without them, with her cousin, you know? And so happy birthday to Tanis. Super big shout out to Tanis. Hope she has a great day. I'm staying away from her because when I'm around her, she doesn't have a great day. So, okay, that's the happy. The sad is this. I don't know how many people have been watching that have listened to the podcast for a long time, but obviously we've kind of went through some changes in terms of personnel. And there was one point where we had, like, obviously you guys remember Jess, Tits McGee, I think that's what she called herself. But then there was Nikki Boston. And I just saw on Twitter last night that Nikki Boston passed away. And I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him in a while just because I've been busy and stuff. And I know that he dealt with, some stuff. And his cousin, who was on our show, we interviewed her, named Sarah Sivian. She posted that he passed away. And so rest in peace. Big loss to the hockey community because he was a coach and he was doing big things for like mental health. Obviously, if you listen to the podcast, you heard that he was a fighter, and he also had a group where he was kind of helping other people that had kind of left the game go through some mental illnesses. I don't know the situation around his passing, but obviously thoughts and condolences to his family and to his friends. We'll miss him because he did tell some good stories about fighting the shit out of people. So, so that's basically that's the sad one. So I don't know if I should leave it sad or happy. So let's talk about something happy. Let's talk about how I'm probably one of the biggest Swallows fans in the world. Jason, you're looking. This is the Japanese Baseball League.
Okay,
And
I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh yeah, well, it's the only place I can walk around and say, "Do you even swallow, bro?"
Okay.
No? So Jason, do you swallow, bro? Look at this, swallows right here.
I didn't even put two and two together here.
Yes, you Colt Swallows, big Swallows guy.
Okay.
I know Brooklyn Swallows. I got pictures of her. It says Swallows right on her thing. So, listen, Japanese baseball is fucking outstanding. By the way, one, the crowd is fucking into it. Two, they wear fucking powder blue jerseys, which is the best color combination of any jerseys known to mankind. I think we should do tournament on our Dex tournament. We should always have a powder blue. That's what I think. And you think since I run the shit, I could probably get that to happen.
Yep.
Three, they have fucking killer ass food at the ball games. It's not just, let me go get a dog and some popcorn. No, they got sushi. They got fucking squid. They got everything. They got chocolate fucking, now I can't remember what we're calling them. What were they?
Churros.
Chocolate churros. The best churros. Fire, bud. Like Japanese, and we're gonna talk a lot about Japan today because I know Jason's got some questions because he wasn't there, even though he wished he was there. I bet if he was there, we would have got Japanese tattoos and went to the casino.
Here's the deal. What makes it worse is not only did I want to be there, but like 4 million people asked me if I was there. So like I had to keep reliving like, no, I'm not.
Because Nick Dinosaur was there. Yeah,
That's probably
true.
why.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I mean, Japanese is right up your Japan's right up your alley, bud.
Yeah.
Right up
I
your
thought
alley.
they don't like tattoos there.
Yeah,
Like-
they don't. The old folks don't like them, but the new folks and the chicks love them.
So would I have to wear sleeves though, so that I don't get?
Only if you were going into the onsen.
Oh, okay.
And that was a public onsen. If you would have came in my private onsen in my room, I had a room that had a private onsen. Nah, you could have kept them shits out, bud. You know?
Did you have to have VIP tickets to get into that one?
Just have to take off your clothes.
Invite only.
Yeah, you just have to take off your clothes, bud. That's
Okay.
Onsens, you got to be naked.
Done.
I did a video on onsen, but for the I didn't want to embarrass anybody like myself, so I kept my clothes on for that video. But normally you're supposed to be nude in the old onsens. So,
Okay. Well,
but yes,
it
Japan.
does sound right up my alley.
Yeah,
Less clothes, the
listen,
better.
Listen, and all the Japanese chicks would have been digging you because they're like, oh, look at this gaijin with the fucking tattoos. They would have said that in Japanese, but I don't know the translation. But yeah, you would have fucking loved it for sure. And listen,
Well,
we were all super stoked that I was going with Brooklyn and Big Dusty, and people were gonna take photos of them. Nah, no one want to take photos of them. Guess who they want to take pictures of? Me.
For the reason of
I don't know. I went and got a head massage, and the lady told me I was handsome and and asked me if we could have photos and stuff. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, you can.
So you know why? It's because you're handsome.
Well, listen, we gotta play humble here, all right?
Yeah.
We heard it right, Brooklyn. Handsome. I'm a model, apparently.
Yeah.
Got photos
Smell
taken.
good,
And people,
apparently.
I smell. People tell me I smell really good, so I love Japan too. I might move there. So.
Well, it sounds like a good time, and we definitely need to talk more about what you guys did, and I want to hear about all the things that I missed out on. But sounds like you guys had a good time. Did we get Dustin wearing the Godzilla mask?
No, I brought the Godzilla mask down for him, and then he just disappeared, like a fucking wraith. Like he was just gone, and now I don't even know where that Godzilla mask went. I had it, now I don't know where it went. But it would have been good. I wanted him. The funniest part is when we got to the ball game. Okay, that's not the funniest part with Dustin. But we got to the ball game and the seats were literally like this thin.
Right.
And he had to get basically once he sat down, he was just there.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't getting up, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But also the time when we went to this, and we talked about it on our last one, but we went to this Japanese barbecue. And they bring out these grills filled with charcoal that's lighted, and they sit it down at your table. It's a table of 4, and we had we had 12 or 14 people there. And they bring you this piece of meat fat, and you take the fat and you rub it on the grill to so stuff doesn't stick.
Yeah.
Dustin just thought that was part of the meal, and he fucking ate it. I mean, I'm not joking. Like it was this big. Like it was a big old piece of fat, and he just ate it. And someone was like, "Well, where's our fat to do it?" Dusty was like, "I fucking ate it." And so we're like, all right, Big Dusty. So so that was a good time. And another reason you would like Japan, I mean, just looking at you with the tattoos and just you exude sex, bud. You would like some sex.
Thanks.
And there's a lot of sex over in Japan.
Okay.
A lot of sex. We're not going to talk about it here, but we are going to talk about it on our new segment, on our new subscribers only content called BLP After Dark. We're going to record that after this, and you got to subscribe to us on Facebook or Patreon or whatever, and you'll get to hear about all the sex stuff in Japan. There was a lot of sex stuff.
Oh, I'm excited.
A lot, bud.
Hey, that's the only thing I know about the Japanese is they love sex.
They love sex, and it's weird because it's out for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Like, are you 12? We don't care. Look at these titties. It's basically like you go in a bookstore, titties everywhere. They just love them. They love them.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I should bring my kid to Japan. He'll have a good time too.
Dude, yeah. Let him say fuck all the time. Let him say fucking titties. Fucking titties. Look at them fucking titties. Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about. I know you have some questions about Japan. We'll talk about that. We have some tournaments coming up. We have hopefully you have a ref story or two. And lastly, we're making money, bud.
Oh,
on Facebook. Listen, we jumped out. I don't know how we went from making $27 a month to $103 last month, but we made $103 on Facebook last month. I was like, what should we fucking do with this? I could give it to Jason. That motherfucker don't need $100 though. Well, maybe it does. I don't know, but it wouldn't be as fun, right?
Don't speak for me just yet. I mean,
But listen,
let me think about it.
I want to do some fucking money lining, bud. That's what you need to do. You like to do some money lining.
I do love money lining.
So here's my idea. I'm going to give the money to you.
Okay.
But you're going to bet it.
Okay.
I'm going to see if we can double, triple, who knows, even quadruple this $103.
Yeah.
What kind of bets do you think we should do?
I mean, there's literally only baseball and basketball going on right now.
Like, listen, I'm Venmoing you $100 right now.
So I guess we need to ask, like, I think we should poll the audience. Should I go for like a lottery ticket bet where, like, if we hit the one bet, you know, we're already big, or should we slow play it and play it over, you know, a few days of, you know, some small steady bets?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know what I would do.
You're
I
a
take
lottery
all
ticket kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm never winning it. Oh, I even gambled in Japan, bud. Pachinko parlor.
Okay.
And didn't win anything. I don't even know how to win.
I'm gonna start looking at today's slate right now.
Okay, look at it.
Of baseball games, and I'll have an answer for you by the end of this.
Okay, perfect. And speaking of baseball, is there any bets on Japanese baseball? Want to be any Swallows bets we can make?
I have no idea. I have to look into that.
Yeah, you want to know what's shitty about Japan baseball? They tie after 12 innings. They're just like, we're fucking done. They were just like, yeah.
I do kind of get that energy though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, okay,
we played enough.
This is enough.
And then I got home and I watched Mr. Baseball. I downloaded the Blu-ray version of Mr. Baseball and I watched it. And there's a game in there where they tie, but after 15 innings. And old Jack, Tom Selleck, he's pissed off. He's like, where the fuck's the win? And I need to clip that and play it because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, who the fuck wins this game? And when I go in the standings, it doesn't say ties in it. It just says wins and losses. So how do they just, I don't know. Fucking Japan.
All right. I think I got our bet already.
Okay. Hit me.
Because it starts in 28 minutes. So let me.
Okay.
I got to pull the lines up and make sure that I like the way the lines look.
Is it the Braves? Is Chipper Jones in? Chipper Jones hit a home run?
It's the Orioles and the not Maple Leafs, the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays.
Go Jays.
There's a good batting prop that I think we're gonna get on.
Okay.
For just give me a minute. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
We can talk till then.
All right, Brooklyn. What do you got? What do you got on the docket today?
Just really answering some questions that Jason has about Japan. I'm trying to remember everything we did, have it all pulled up, ready to get down and in the details with it.
Hey, you kind of fucked us, Brooklyn. With Japan. Remember when you got us kicked off TikTok Live?
Yes, I do.
So we could be live on TikTok with this podcast right now, but because we got kicked off live, we have to wait 30 days to get on there, and I'm pretty upset about it, to be honest with you.
Well, how was I supposed to know you can't live record a baseball game?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I get, you would think looking back that would be common knowledge, but not for us.
Mm-mm.
We're not common people. We're not common folk. That's for sure.
I just don't know how they flagged it because nobody was watching.
Well, yeah, algorithms. Yeah, and it's also like it's a Chinese company. China and Japan, they're at odds. I think it just seems like that's kind of how it is. And then, so, hey, did you know in World War II, they just fucking blew the shit out of Tokyo and it was all knocked down, Jason? Bombed the fuck out of it. Not Hiroshima. I'm talking about Tokyo.
Oh, I mean, I don't think I knew specifically, but like, that's not shocking to me.
I learned that on our history walk through Shinjuku. So
good.
So here's what's coming up for us. But while Jason's doing our betting here, here's what's coming up. We got Pittsburgh coming up. That's coming up July 12th. That's the next Dex. We have a bash in Boise, Idaho next week. A solid 8-teamer to start out. That's pretty good in Boise, Idaho. So then it goes Boise, Idaho, and then in a couple weeks we have the Pittsburgh Dex, and then we have the Denver Bash, which we need a lot of teams for. Sign up for the fucking Denver Bash. And then shit just gets crazy after the Denver Bash, because then it goes Austin Bash, which we have like 16 teams. I think we're going to get 24 pretty easy, sell that thing out. Austin, then OKC Dex, then Chicago Dex, and then Nashville, That's next time people can see Jason at Dex is in Nashville. And then we have Lake Placid Bash, and then we have Charleston / Hershey. So a lot of things coming up all the way through here. So, Hershey and Charleston's into September. And then there's Columbus and Lake Placid Dex. A lot of shit coming up. Alaska Dex is in there somewhere. Just a lot of shit coming up. And Jason, you're a collector.
Right.
You're like me. You collect things. I just ordered today pins of all the jerseys for Pittsburgh. I'm gonna see how this plays out.
Okay.
We're not giving them. People can buy them. We'll give the winning team, the winning teams, gold and silver. They get one of their team's pins.
Okay.
But we'll offer them for sale to the players of the tournament first. They can buy a set of them. We're only going to do 100 of each.
Okay.
Only a limited edition. And then we're going to get that and see if we can get people start trading and having a cool little trade sesh. Like once people, I didn't get to go to this one. Do you have this pin? I think that'll be cool games to play.
I dig it.
So, all right, hit me with the bet.
All right. So the Toronto pitcher against the Orioles batters, Ryan Mountcastle is 8 for 17 against the specific pitcher over his lifetime. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, 5 strikeouts, average of 471. It's a pretty good average.
That's the definition of owning a pitcher.
Yes, correct. And then Rushman, same team, 8 for 20, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 3 Ks, 400 batting average.
Okay.
So we're going to put both of them to get over 1.5 bases. So if they hit a home run, obviously that works. 2 singles, a double. Basically, they just have to get 2 total bases. Doesn't count for walks or anything like that. So we need them to basically get either 2 hits or a double.
Both of them have to get 2 hits, or
yeah, because I'm going to put them together on a parlay. So it's not necessarily 2 hits. If they get a double or a triple or a home run,
they both need a base and a half.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go, boys.
So
that's
those together, $103. The payout is $357. So we would essentially over triple our money.
Money line, and that's how we're gonna build an empire right now, boys. Hey, anyone else? If you're listening to this and you need the money line tips, you got it right now from Jason. Get on that parlay right now. Listen, we don't get any money for it yet. Maybe we should get it. Maybe we should get affiliate links. I don't know, but once you see us winning, you're gonna be like, well, I should listen to Jason Moneyline and that Facebook money.
Yeah. So we'll, maybe if this pick goes well, maybe the next ones we put them on the After Dark episode. Start there. You gotta listen into the. And
then Jason just now has his own podcast. It's just a gambling podcast. He does it once a week. He just fucking rakes in money.
All right. Bets made. We're official.
Cool, bud. Hey, no, not even Canadians want to watch the Blue Jays games anymore because they're so bad this year.
They're bad.
Guess what? Now I'm going to watch. This is a good bet because the Blue Jays suck.
Yeah.
And so they suck because their pitching staff is pretty mid. And listen, I know this isn't a baseball show, but it's an all sports show. That's why we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we're talking about more than just baseball. We're talking about us winning money.
I think what we should do is if we win today,
yep,
we make another bet tomorrow, which is Friday on baseball. And then that bet, we go into Saturday, first game of Stanley Cup final. We find a bet in the Stanley Cup final, and we'll make it.
I boycotted the Stanley Cup finals. Basically, this is a lose-lose.
Because Edmonton is in it?
Edmonton's in it.
And Matthew Tkachuk's in it?
Yeah. And listen, not even Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, Ryan Lomberg. These are all Flames.
Yeah.
These are all Flames. Yeah. Flames should be winning the Stanley Cup against the Edmonton Oilers. Actually, they shouldn't win it against them. I wish Edmonton Oilers would. Listen, my biases are done. I just want both teams to have fun.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want the Edmonton Oilers to have less fun. That's all.
All right. So listen, we'll make the bet today. If we win,
okay.
I'm gonna put it on Twitter, and then I need people to chime in on: should we bet the whole thing again? Should we put a little bit back and maybe another parlay bet? We need some interaction from the BLPA on how I should roll with this thing.
Yeah.
We got to win the first bet first. That's step 1.
Well, that's I always do that, bud. Like me and first bets, money all the time. I went to the pachinko parlors, and it didn't go well for me there either. So
it was Vegas 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I just wanted to gamble in Japan, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It's
Like you couldn't. I put money in, it wouldn't take it. Then I had to put
crazy
money up
because
here.
everywhere we go together, I also just want to gamble, but for some reason, you're just never, willing to go to the casino.
Hey, next one. Write it down. We're gonna gamble. I don't
Okay.
know when your next one is with me. Maybe it's Columbus. I don't know.
Is there a
Is there a
casino
casino
there?
in Columbus? Yeah, there is casinos in
Okay.
Columbus for sure.
All right.
If something happens and I'm able to come to Nashville, which I don't think I think I have to go to.
There's no casino here. Yeah.
Ain't that a bit? Maybe we should start one underground.
That's probably a
casino.
good thing for me.
Yeah, but do you think if we start our own, where we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can legally. I think that's why they're not here because there's the whole legal aspect of it. But if
Well,
we could,
Eagles.
from what I understand, if you've ever been to a casino, they're generally really nice, and that's because they make money.
Yeah. Yep. I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I think we did need to do some more gambling. I really think if I could figure this out, if I had time to figure out fantasy beer league Dex tournaments, I think that would be a killer.
Yeah.
I think you bet on it. The only problem with betting real money on it is like
That I would be easily bought. You can purchase.
That's the thing. Like Jason, don't just if you make your team lose here, and then Jason will be like, well, just didn't have it.
Easy.
Just didn't have it. I think that's the problem, right?
It'd be harder if you asked me to help my team win. I'd be like, I don't know. I'll try.
But in theory, it's a good idea. In theory, it's a good idea if we could just do it to the point of where it's just fantasy. So it's all based on stats. So basically, and then people watch it. That's an idea I have. It's just I don't have fucking time. But maybe one day I'll have time. Probably not. But maybe one day. Or maybe Cooper will become like a computer genius.
Okay.
In the next couple years, and then he can just do some shit with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
ask
you can
us
write them
about
off on your taxes, right?
write my kid off on the taxes.
Like for an employee, you can pay your kid so much.
No contract. He's gonna be a contract employee. I'm not taking it because he get fucking hurt and he tried to sue me for workman's comp. That's it's not gonna happen, bud.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, protecting
All
myself.
right, tell me more about Japan. How'd the tournament go? Let's talk about the hockey first, which is probably the least important part.
I'm taking
of the trip.
I'm taking a new storytelling course, and this is how the story's gonna start. The hockey sucked.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 100% honest, and it didn't suck because of the people. There were great people there. It sucked because a lot of people just didn't show up.
Okay.
And we knew a lot of people weren't going to show up. We knew we were going to be short, a couple weeks out when people just started bailing. But imagine this. Imagine draft comes and you're like, wow, we got 3 goalies here. We got a 4th one. He's paid. No emails from him. Said he wasn't going to show up or anything. And I shoot him a message. Draft, hey, when you going to arrive? Are you in Japan? That kind of stuff.
Right.
And his response was, nah, I decided not to come.
Awesome.
A goalie.
Yeah.
A fucking goalie.
I mean, how important are they to hockey, honestly,
Well, like goalies want me to be nice to them. You know it, I know it. Your best friend's a goalie.
Yeah.
He just wants people to be nice to him.
Sure.
How can I be nice to goalies when they're pulling that shit? Not even a hey, you might want to find another goalie.
Right. Yeah. That'd be common courtesy, I would think.
I mean, and he paid full price.
We appreciate your money, but we still have to find someone to play.
All 12 plus 1, 13 in total that paid full price and then didn't come. Preach, but I would have much rather had you there.
Yeah, 12
because
people.
It was a bag skate with seven skaters, and we literally found college kids to come play with us. And then Sunday there was it would be in Wednesday for the second day. No, we're not coming.
Oh.
So what do we have to do? People were asking. They saw our live video and like, why we just had to combine teams and play and have a good time. That's all we could do.
Hey, at the end of the day, like if you still had fun combining the teams and playing, like, still a win in my book, but it does suck that people wouldn't at least give you a heads up.
Well, I will say this.
Be better people is what I'm saying.
Be better people. First pay, which some of you did. Preach. And second, show up. Because especially the goalie, like I get, what really kind of bothers me, like it's their money, so they can do whatever they do. Domestic one way easier, but when you're doing something like Japan, and like a lot of people are making travel arrangements based on this tournament that's happening, and then you just decide that you're going to bet. You're not just affecting me at that point or yourself with the money, like you're affecting all these people.
Yeah,
and I'll admit, I don't know if you know this. I like to fly by the seat of my pants on all things in my life.
Okay.
So it's exciting when there's a challenge, and I like that. It gets me right down here in my cockles, in my plums. But it worked. We all had a blast.
Okay.
But and even like one of the goalies that we got to come show up to play, he was just like, I'm not coming tomorrow. We're like, I mean, he didn't pay, obviously. And that's another thing. Like people say, just give it to him for free. You can, but then the tournament value to them is 0. So they have no skin in the game. And that makes it tough, right?
Yeah. Like me as a skater, there's been times, I'll admit now on camera, on the record, that I have fallen asleep and didn't make my game. Hey, sorry guys, fell asleep. I was coming, but I fell asleep, didn't make it. It's not a big deal. Like I'm not an important cog to the team necessarily. Not as important as like a goalie. A goalie can't do that. If a goalie doesn't show up, team's in trouble.
100%. And so the story goes, the hockey sucked.
Okay.
But the tournament was fun.
There you go.
Yeah. God, the people that were there, like we had some people that didn't speak any English at all. One guy didn't speak any English, but he was a referee. And I told him to fuck off. He understood that. You know what I'm saying? Like the international language of fuck you, bud.
Yeah.
He understood that. And guess what? I said it to him and he just had a big smile and said, fuck you. And I was like, all right, let's go. Drop that fucking puck, bud. And so that was pretty fun. Hey, I scored 3 goals in Japan, 3 Japanese goals.
Oh, let's
worth
go.
Probably, 10%. So 3 Japanese goals. I got 0.3 Canadian goals over there in Japan to add to my stats. I think that's how the thing works. And so, yeah. John Newell's letting you know that you're a big locker room guys. You're a big locker room guy, Jason. That's important. So they need you to show up for those.
That's fair. Listen, I reffed John's game the other night. And so I think he's just sucking up to me because, I gave his team a couple of what should have been called off icings, but, I let him have it. So I think he's just sucking up to me.
Well, hey, however you got to get it, bud.
Yeah, I'll take it.
John, you swallow, bro? We thought about making a video where I just went up and asked people they're at the game, do you even swallow, bro? But just kind of didn't want people to take it the wrong way.
Yeah, that could have went. It could have went one of 2 ways, and one of them's probably pretty bad.
But one of them was pretty good. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want to get canceled in 2024. Okay, what kind of question do you have about Japan? Like, what are you curious about? Like, if we go back and you're like, I want to go, but I need to know this question because we are going back in 2025. Okay. We're going for a BLPA worldwide.
Okay.
So,
I'm a peak male athlete, but I enjoy my food. So, what should I expect? Where should I go? What should I do? Like, give me the highlights of the food. And keep in mind, I started a diet like 10 days ago, and it's going pretty well, except that I have to eat brown rice all the time.
That sucks.
Which I'd rather just starve. Like, honestly, it's like if it wasn't for these macros that I had to get, I would just not eat at all. I'd just be like, okay, well, I can only eat brown rice, so I just won't eat. So keep that in mind when you're telling the story.
Why brown rice?
I don't know. I got a coach that put together my macros. I don't understand that shit. That's why I paid someone to do it for me.
You can't get long grain and wild, Uncle Ben's.
I think it's something to do with like just how the fat, carbs, and protein all works out. All right, I've switched some of it to like whole wheat pasta sometimes because I just can't eat brown rice anymore. And the whole wheat pasta is worse for you, but like I've tried to like just figure it out math wise, right? Like hit the right macros.
Well, okay. Let me tell you about the food. I'm a big food guy myself. I can tell you all about the fat carbs, bud.
Okay. Tell me about the fat carbs.
I love them. The food in Japan. What's that place that I like in Nashville? That Asian cuisine that you order?
Fulins.
Now multiply that by like 20. Okay. That's how good the food is, bud.
And it's authentic. I love me some Fulins, bro.
There is not one thing that I ate in Japan that I didn't enjoy.
Okay.
A lot of things I didn't know what it was, but I ate it anyway.
Yeah.
Meat cakes. You haven't seen the video, but we went for like the first day. We were like, it was like 10 in the morning or something, or 9 in the morning. We're fucking hungry, and we're like, well, let's find a place that's open. First place that was open was this stuff. I can't pronounce it, but we go down and it's a big fucking griddle on a table. Japanese apparently really big about here's food, fucking cook it in front of you. I don't know, but they made these meat. Basically, what it was a fucking pancake with a bunch of fucking meat on it.
Oh, okay.
And it looked disgusting, but it tasted so fucking good. So in Japan, don't ask, just eat.
Don't ask, don't
And
tell.
everything's gonna. We did get a snail at a restaurant in Karizawa. If you order a beer, you got a snail. I didn't drink the beer, but they made me eat the snail.
Ugh.
It was okay. It wasn't horrible, but by the time I was ready to leave that sushi restaurant, the sushi was really good, by the way, but I thought I was gonna puke all over the place. Like I spent some time in the bathroom thinking, am I gonna have to stick my hand down my throat and puke up all this great fatty tuna I just had because of this fucking snail? But I tried it.
Have you ever had a meal and then thrown it up and it still tasted good coming back the other way?
Yeah.
It's happened to me before. It's got to be like almost instant. Like you eat and then you got like 10 minutes before it starts digesting and gets gross, but sometimes it comes back up just the way it went down. It's like
some people, if they puke up the food, they'll never eat that food again.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I ate too much macaroni and cheese with ketchup on it, and then threw it up. And I have a hard time eating macaroni and cheese now. I'll do it sometimes. I don't eat it with ketchup at all. Period. And I love ketchup. I eat the shit out of ketchup. But for whatever reason, the noodles just sometimes macaroni. I'm just like, I'm just not feeling it because of that.
Brooklyn, any food like that you can't eat because you puked it up?
Ribs. I ate way too many ribs, and now I'm just not a rib fan.
Not a big rib
I love
girl.
ribs.
I love ribs too, but I like dry ribs with just like it has sauce. I don't want sauce. It's the same with chicken wings. Like I want the sauce on there, but I don't want it fucking swimming, bud. I just want it there.
I want it all here when I'm done eating. Like,
you're missing.
I want it touching my eyeballs because of how much sauce was on it. When I was a kid, like 10 years old, I would order a full rack of ribs at restaurants and eat the whole thing. Like no problem.
You go to Chili's and sing the song, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you look like a guy. You look like a big Chili singer.
Baby.
But I mean, the ramen. Like, listen, I was poor at one point in my life. Well, I'm probably still poor, but I was way poor, and all we ate was ramen, and I didn't eat it for a long time. Ramen in fucking Japan is bomb. I would eat it every meal. I would eat it every meal. It's insane.
Yeah,
and it's just new, and you can slurp. They want you to slurp. Let them know it's fucking good, bud.
Yeah.
And then there's this other. We went to this. I don't know what restaurant. I guess it was Soba. Remember that restaurant we went to, and I ordered those little. I don't know, those little fucking ring things, and then you have to like dip them in and then eat those ring things. I don't know what it was called. Maybe it was Soba. I don't know, but they were like order for 2, order for 3. I'm like, give me those. Give me those. Give me that 2 plate order. I don't know if I can eat it all, but it was like little rings of like buckwheat noodles. I don't know. And it was so fucking good. Everything there was so fucking good. I can't describe. Like we stopped on the side of the fucking road and they made a fucking cookie with chocolate pudding inside of it. Fucking bomb, bud.
Let's go.
It was so good. And they had this fruit. It was like strawberries, grape, strawberry, and they dipped it in like the candy apple glaze, but it was like a thin glaze of it. Pfft, fucking fire. Everything was fucking fire, bud. Except the soda. Their soda game, weak.
Bad.
You know I love soda. I love drinking some soda. They just don't have good. I found one good soda, and it was like they do like that special edition Coke Zero over here, and it's like fucking cotton candy bullshit. It was called the K Wave, K-pop Wave or something. That was good, but I found it one time and nothing else.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
What about you, Brooklyn? What was your favorite?
Favorite? I think just all the sushi. Like I usually am not a raw fish kind of fan, but it was just so good. The little balls of rice and just random raw shrimp on top. It was pretty good. Tried a California roll. Was nothing like it was here, but had to give it a go. Had a huge leaf of lettuce in it, so that kind of got in the way. But the only thing I didn't like is the first restaurant we went to. They had the little octopus legs, and that texture was really yucky.
Yep. And I'm a big texture guy too. Like people like love oysters. I'm like, it feels like I'm eating a booger. Like that's like I can't do that.
Yeah, that's egg drop soup for me at Chinese restaurants. But let me tell you about the sushi. Like I love toro, which is fatty tuna. It's the best to me, right? And if you go to a place in, let's just say, Oklahoma, which you're probably not getting great fatty tuna there, but if you order of toro, which could come 2-piece nigiri, it's usually like $8 or $9. All right,
Canadian.
US.
Oh, oof. So like
Yeah.
a million Canadian or something.
Yeah, like $1 million Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they had better than toro. Toro's just fatty tuna. They had super fatty tuna.
Oh.
And I ate this shit, bud. I think I had 6 or 7 pieces of fatty tuna, super fatty tuna nigiri. I had a negitoro roll, which is fatty tuna with green onion and miso soup. My total bill for this, and also they shot it out to me on a fucking conveyor belt, which was also pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
My total bill for this was $9 US. $9 fucking dollars.
Incredible.
The food was so cheap there.
Mm-hmm.
So cheap.
Yeah, you can't get a sushi roll in Nashville for $9. Like a sushi roll of any kind.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
From Publix. Like I can't go to the grocery store and get a sushi roll for that.
And so I have two business ideas for Japan.
Okay.
First off, Blue Shoe Magoo, my man on YouTube. What's up? We should, instead of sushi conveyor belts, we should get sushi cannons and shoot the shit out of sushi at people. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But there's these things called, they have the guy clubs and the girl clubs. And there's a special name for them, but I can't remember the host clubs. That's what they're called. Host clubs. And basically, you just go in and people pay you to just sit and talk to them.
Oh, okay.
Right? And you get paid off like the drinks that they buy you or gifts they bring. And in Shinjuku, the red light district, for some reason, it's all male clubs for the most part. That's where the girls go to talk to the dudes. And then outside of it, it's all girl host clubs. But what I realized is there's no white dudes in the host clubs in Shinjuku. Me and you could go over and listen, Asian girls like white guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that's but they also, on the Asian guys, they like them really feminine.
Oh.
So on the white guys, I think they like, manly guys like me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Powder blue jerseys and everything.
We're manly.
Hell yeah. But
I got a pink shirt on.
Yeah. I mean, you got a pink shirt on with your sleeves. I'm obviously an athlete. Look at this fucking jersey I'm wearing.
You swallow, clearly.
And I swallow right here. Do you even swallow, bro? And I think we should start a host club. And it's just a white guy host club. It's just white dudes walking around talking to Asian chicks,
Okay.
I think that would be, and we had like Paulo, who's our photographer.
It's just talking.
I mean, listen, I didn't go
club.
to one. In the clubs, it is just talking.
Okay.
Could there be sexy times afterwards? Well, if you like someone enough, obviously, if you like someone enough and they want to pay you to put your wiener inside them,
I feel like there might be a small hiccup in the plan, though.
We're married. I get it. But we're just talking.
As long as you understand. Okay.
We're just talking.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying when you're coming up with a business idea, you have to think of headwinds. That might be a headwind that we could have starting that business.
Yeah. And you listen, and we had a guy that walked us around. He took photos of us, and he also gave us history lessons. And apparently, like the sex tourism industry, it's a gray area. As long as you don't do the sex in the place where you're doing business, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just sex. Everything else seems perfectly fucking fine.
Oh, okay.
Handers, fine. BJs, fine. Soapies, fine. And if you want to hear more about them, we're going to have this followers only BLP After Dark here shortly. And we'll get to that. But yeah. And so I think that's the next business, BLPA host club in Japan.
Okay. I like it.
All right. I know you're on limited time here, Jason. So you got any rest stories for us before we end this?
I don't have anything like these will be short stories. One, another sad note. There's a referee in Nashville. His name was Mike O'Neill. Also passed away. Apparently had battled cancer for a long time. I had reffed with him before. I didn't know him really well. from a reffing standpoint, but he had reffed a ton of my games, and he's like the ref that's universally liked. So you know how hard it is to be a ref and be liked by all the players. So unfortunate loss for Nashville and the hockey community there as well. And then my only reffing story, I basically had a month off from reffing because of the way that schedules worked. We just didn't have any hockey for essentially 4 weeks. My first game back is a D-League game. So it's like the second to lowest you can be in Nashville. And the very first entry into the zone, I had someone just scream about how I called it onside and it was offside. To you who did that, you're a fucking loser. Like if you're in the worst hockey ever and you're screaming at someone about whether a play is onside or offside, you're just an absolute fucking loser. And I just want people to know that.
You know what? We keep talking about we're gonna mic you up, camera you up. Do you think they'd let you have cameras on in these D-League games?
Probably.
Like if we can go on TikTok live. Listen, I know you're not a big TikTok guy, but if we can put this camera on you and mic on TikTok live, I think it would be fucking gold.
I'm down for sure.
To be honest with you.
And like this guy, so the play was, and you're a hockey player, you understand. 2 guys going towards the zone. Okay. Guy on the right has the puck. He makes a pass right before they get to the line, but it's out in front of him. So the puck goes across the line. Then they both go across the line behind it. And this guy on the left catches it, but he's like 8 feet in the zone. But the puck went in way before that, right? It was just a very good across ice pass. And that's what, like, it blew his mind that wasn't offsides because the guy caught it in the zone. And so he yells, offside! And I yell, not even fucking close, bud. So like that's the kind of thing that I think people would get if we did some live views of that.
Yeah, we gotta figure this out. I mean, because you can go live on your phone on TikTok. You can go from your computer, but I wonder if we can set it up through a GoPro. I'll have to do some research.
All right. I have a GoPro, so let me know.
Okay. Which one? You have 8, 9, 10, 11?
I think it's the 10.
Okay. Oh, new boy. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the show. Next week, I don't know what day we're recording. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We should figure this out because I got a guy that I want to interview. Like you guys think that I travel a lot for hockey. This guy's a goalie and he's been all over the fucking world. He's always in a different city. He's called the Traveling Goalie.
Okay.
Great dude. I've been following him for a long time. And I asked him, hey, would you come on and tell us about your travels? And so he's agreed to come on. I was trying to get him today, but he works in the media industry and does like commercials for like food chains or product. I don't know what he's saying, but that's why I got to interview him so I can figure that shit out.
Yeah.
And so next week, hopefully they get him on. I believe his name's Adrian. So hopefully we can get him on and hopefully we'll be rich by next week after all our money lining.
Oh, the game started. Should I check to see if?
Yeah, check it. Let's see.
Sorry, was not prepared for this.
That's okay. We're not a prepared podcast. We never prepare.
Our first batter is up to bat now for his first at bat, so nothing yet.
Okay. Yeah, if he hits a dinger right here, let's go.
Oh, buddy.
Or if even if he hits a double, I'm happy. All right. So that's it for this podcast. If you want to see, if you want to talk about sex, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex in Japan. We're gonna do that on our member or followers only. So follow us or subscriber. You subscribe over on Facebook or Patreon. OnlyFans is not set up. That's because we got to get paid before we give you some of the goods. But other than that, guys, anything to add before we jump off here, friends?
Nope.
Nothing for me.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nothing from me. Be good or be good at it.